Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at the Guild of Merchant Explorers. This is published by AEG Games, and it is a 1 to 4 player game. Let's go ahead down to the table here. I'm going to show you a general overview of how the game plays, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. Alright, so this is the Guild of Merchant Explorers. In this game, you're going to be exploring the map shown on screen to get the most points. The person with the most points at the end of the game wins. Now, there's going to be 4 sets of 2 different types of mats that come with this base game. And each side's going to have 2 different sides. So you're going to have 4 different total maps that you could pick from. Everyone is going to have the same map. So let's say everyone picked this map. You would hand that map out to the other players and put the other ones back in the box. You would then take all the components, which are going to be these little villages and these little cubes that are your explorers, and hand them out to each player. You will also take a look at the name of the map, and you will get out those cards. So there'll be 6 different cards for that map. You will then shuffle these cards out, and you will place 3 of them out. Now these 3 cards here, from over here for a second, are going to be the objectives for the game. If you're the first one to complete the objective, you'll put your little cube here and you'll get 10 coins. Everyone else gets 5 coins. And each map has unique objectives that you can have with it. And each game you're going to have 3 different ones out of those 6 that come with the map that come out. So there's a lot of replayability just in the maps themselves and the bonus cards that you can get. Throughout the game, what you're going to do is you're going to shuffle up this little deck of cards here. And this little deck of cards is going to have these 5 different cards in it. That's all it's going to have. And each of these are going to do different things. This one here you're going to put in a mountain region. This one here you're going to put in this like plains-ish like it region. And this is going to be like a grassland like region up to 2. This one you can put into any 2 adjacent regions. And this one has to be 3 adjacent water regions in a straight line. So that's how those work. And when they flip, everyone does that. Now, rules for the game is you have to place a villager beside another villager or against this capital or one of your villages. The game's going to go over 4 different rounds. So as we flip these, people will be placing down their explorers. All right? Once this runs out, the round will end. Now, one thing on the first round, I forgot, and every round you do this, you will put this in. You'll shuffle that in there. And what that does, so this is the first round, when this actually flips, you will get 2 of these cards here. You will pick one of them and do it. And when you do it, you'll place it in the little 1 region right here. The other one will get discarded. And in the next round, this guy will get shuffled in. So in the next round, the one that you pick will trigger when the 1 gets drawn. And when the 2 gets drawn, you'll go ahead and pick another one. You'll pick up 2. And these are really, really cool. Like you could do really, really cool things, game-breaking things with these. You'll pick it, place it here. And let's say on the 3rd round, you'll pick up this one and put it in. And on the final 4th round, you pick up this one. This one's a little special. This one says that you can pick either 1, 2, or 3 and do it again. So basically what's going to happen is you'll be able to use this one 4 times in the game, this one 3 times in the game, and this one 2. And one of these you'll get to use again. And these will help you explore the map and put more stuff out and do really, really cool things beyond just what everyone else gets to do with those ones. Why are you exploring the map? Well, you're exploring the map to get points, and there's a couple different ways you can get points. Easiest way to get points is going to get these coins. And however number is on here, 1, 2, or 3, you'll get that many coins. These coins have values on one side and they're blank on the other one, so you can hide those. And these coins are your points at the end of the game. And again, if the person who has the most points at the end of the game wins. So basically, that's how you're going to win. There's a couple other things you could do. You can also connect these two little towns together, and if you collect these towns together, you will slide these off for a second. You'll multiply them, so this is 2 times 2. You'll get 4 points. So you get 4 coins worth of points, and then you will actually cover over one of these and you can't use it again in the game. So I can't reconnect between these two to get points. At the end of every round, I will mention that one of the reasons you're going to explore and one for this next part is at the end of the round, all these explorers get removed from the board, but your villages and your little tower thingies, lighthouse things, stay. So how do you get villages to stay on the map? Well, to get villages to stay on the map, you just need to complete a region, completely cover a region that's all the same. So these are all grasslands. No other grasslands around. If I put all 4 on here, I can remove one and put a village. So at the end of the round, when I clear up, I have a village that I can start from. Other ways of getting points in this game is you can go to these little rune spaces. If you go to the little rune space, what you're going to end up doing is you're going to get one of these treasures. And these treasures have multiple different things. Like there's a little set collecting element on there that you saw in here. So at the end of the game, for however many of these little buggers you have is how many coins you're going to get. They also have ones that let you set down a cube immediately. This one here, you still have to follow the rules for placing cubes. This one here, you'll collect coins for all your villages. All sorts of, you just get 2 coins, all sorts of really cool stuff with these. Once you have landed on a ruin space and collected your reward, you're going to place this over top here to let you know that you can't collect it anymore. Other things that you get to do. Oh, one thing I didn't mention when you place villages is one of the important points, because it's points, is that's another way you get points in the game. So when you place villages down in the game, you are going to get depending on the area. So in the first area you get 1 coin, second area you'll get 2 coins, third area you get 3 coins, and fourth area you get 4 coins per village. So that's why you want to cover villages. You also can't rebuild it. Like, so if I have a village here and I cover over these areas here, you can't get another village. You just can't. So in this little area, so you have to pick a different area to cover over all the spots in. The final thing you could do is build one of these little pillars, and these pillars stay on the board too when you clean up. And they're going to be right here. These are your lighthouse things. And you're going to get coins for however many you had out. So for my first one, I'll get 6 coins. For my second one, I'll get 8 coins. For my third one, I'll get 10 coins. And for my fourth one, I'll get 14 coins. You're going to do this, placing these things out. At the end of the round, returning all your explorers for 4 rounds. And like I said, at the end of the 4th round, the player with the most points will win. And that's a brief overview of how to play the Guild of Merchant Explorers. So we'll go ahead back up to the table here, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this game. So the Guild of Merchants Explorers, I really, really think it needs to be named something differently, because it's really hard to remember that fairly long name, but it is a really, really good game. Most games that are reviewed don't make it into my personal board game collection. This will. I also think it's good enough that I'm going to be taking it out to different conventions that we go to and help at. We have a board game library we run. I'm definitely going to have this available for people to play and show, and I will definitely play it with people. I have a soft spot for abstract games, and I like roll and writes, and this is pretty much both. It's like a Euro roll and write. It's really nice, and it's a really nice puzzle and how you're going to fill them out. And I really think those era cards that you get or whatever that give you different abilities for 1, 2, and 3 are amazing. That is what makes everyone's map unique and different during the game. So you all play on the same map. There's 4 different maps to play with on this base game, and each of them, like I said, has 6 different cards that you will shuffle up and pick out 3 of them as the goals for the game. Really, really nice design of the game. Component quality is great. The cubes and stuff slide around the mat a little bit, and the villages slide around a little bit. So I really wish there would have been sort of like a finish with what is that game from Stonemaier Games? Has a tapestry, has a really nice mat that is pretty. Doesn't let things slide on it. So I wish they would have done something with that. But then it would have brought up the cost on the game, which is another consideration. I do really, really like this game. I think the components are great. They're fine. That was my only little nitpick in the game itself. I really like the decisions that you have to make throughout the game of where you're going to explore. You're going to know which cards are left to flip. You know how many errors you have. When you get those 2 different cards and you pick one of them for your special error ability, you can pre-plan like a strategy for what you want to go for. And there is no player interaction with this game at all, so you're not really paying attention so much to other players, which I like. You really paying attention to maximizing your own territory, which leads into really easy solo. Like solo is just playing it and trying to get the highest score possible, basically. There's a couple extra solo rules to the game here, but you could just not even look at those solo rules and just try to do your best, and that's good enough. Really like it. Like I said, it's going into my collection. If you like roll and writes, if you like abstract games, this game I would highly, highly recommend for you. I mean, it's basically a roll and write without the dry erase. You have actual components that you're putting out on the board, which I like a little better than having to write on it and then wipe it off, especially since sometimes you have your villages and your lighthouses that you want to keep on there. It's really nice to have a physical component that you don't accidentally wipe off between errors while you're playing. Also, the little tokens for the putting down for you've discovered a village, or you've connected to trading posts, or you have gotten your treasure is a little wonky to keep on there. But it not wonky, but fiddly, but still really minor nitpicks on this game that is really fun. I think it's really well designed, really well done, and I can't say enough about it. So that's my thoughts on the Guild. The Guild of Merchant Explorers. So thank you for watching.